Greetings, YouTube. I want to take you back to a time not so long ago. Remember this image in the contest, which has been a fantastic preview of future champions, including champions that may or may not have even been released as of February of 2019. Well, it was in the month that this graphic came into Marvel Contest of Champions that on their forums, they started with the following post: in compliance with Apple's guidelines of drop rates, that if they did not comply with Apple, they would receive sanctions, penalties, and potentially even be revoked from the ability to be in the Apple Store, according to Apple's own updated terms of service. Since, if you haven't heard of this before, Marvel Contest of Champions runs its crystals like a slot machine. That's why I always say RNG, which stands for Random Number Generator. It's the same computer mechanic used in any slot machine that you will play. Basically, it is a certain amount of drop rates depending on the luck, and typically, as we've seen in this game, the jackpot, the best items have the smallest drop rate, and the most common or the least valuable items have the biggest drop rate. So that's why it's so much easier to get bad champions, or, like 2-star signature stones over 4-star awakening gems. So let's scroll down and see what Kabam promised the MCOC community once upon a time. Drop rates in the contest. We've been working on a way to give you more information about our drop rates on items like crystals before you purchase them. This information will be available for you to check out in the game when our patch 17.1.5 update comes out on March 12th, 2018. That was almost 11 months ago. So almost a year ago was this commitment to the community. Why are you putting this information in now? It's no secret that Apple has recently introduced new rules for games like ours to make systems more transparent for you. Keep in mind, this is a legal obligation that comes with a financial penalty. This is also something that we have been discussing for quite some time, as many of you have asked to see more information on the drop rates. We took the time to ensure that we are displaying the information in the appropriate manner and that it was easy to access, okay? What items will I get to see drop rates for? Keep in mind, this is a promise to the community, a promise that was broken today. You will see the drop rates displayed for crystals purchased in the following stores or areas of the game. Number 1, Glory and Loyalty stores, Crystal Vault, special event-driven stores, and then check that item number 4 out, daily cards. Oh, daily cards. Like the card we got today on February 1st, 2019 that had that new awesome 5-star crystal with a chance to either get an 80 signature stones of the same class item for 5 stars or a class-based 5-star awakening gem. Now, there is no debating, at least in my book, that there isn't anything in that crystal that's a bad thing. Even if I had gotten a godforsaken 6 straight tech 5-star awakening gem, it still would have been a good item. However, that does not justify Kabam to break its own promise to fulfill Apple's terms of service by giving us a idea of what the drop rate was for the 5-star class-based awakening gem versus the 80 signature stones. A failure to disclose the drop rate, and since I have purchased the crystal, I can confirm, and you can look back on the video I posted before this, that there were no drop rates on that. They violated Apple's terms of service, and they violated their promise to this community to be more transparent when it comes to daily cards, a promise that, as you can see on screen, has been in the game and in the forums for almost a year. Now, I don't know what the ramifications of this should be, but if nothing else, they can start with an apology, because that is an extremely important part of this purchase. There are still people who have commented on those 2 videos I posted, the review offer grade and also the crystal opening itself, who have said that they don't know if they're going to buy it or not because they would like to know the drop rates first, and that makes sense. That is a legal requirement that Apple is trying to put Kabam in compliance of, and that they have promised to be in compliance of since March of 2018. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because I think it deserved its own video. It was something that I briefly thought about as I was recording the past crystal, and I want to praise Kabam when they deserve to be praised, and certainly that new item I love. I hope that it shows up again, whether especially in in-game opportunities that free-to-play players can take advantage of, like say that's an item that you can get for completing a chapter of Act 6. I think that would be fantastic because you're guaranteed to take a champion up 80 sig levels or 4 dupes worth of signature levels, or of course you are guaranteed to awaken a champion of the class that you land on in the 5-star variety. But until then, Kabam, you done messed up, and you need to be held responsible for breaking your own terms of service that is supposed to be in compliance with Apple's terms of service, hence this video and hence this forum post that you published almost a year ago. Please respond to this at the Kabam headquarters and give the community an update of why maybe you just forgot to do the terms of service this time, but how you're going to correct it so that you can not make this mistake in the future, because this is something that really should not be a mistake ever, as it is a cash purchase and a $50 cash purchase. And for those of you who have contacted me who are in Canada or Australia or other countries, it's not $50, it's like $70. So for that kind of money especially, you deserve to know the drop rates of what you're getting. So Kabam, please post them immediately and be as transparent as you promise the community every day that you're going to try to be.